Alright, during the layout on the bench, I brought this mark all the way down. Now we need a 250 thousandths off that top edge. I didn't try to mark that on the bench because it's much easier to get to that now. And this can be marked with just pulling the calipers over. We don't need to, don't necessarily need to get the edge finder out to find that. And then this, from this 30-degree line that ran from the top right side down to the bottom, we need to come over 188 thousandths. That gives us our point for the trunnion hole. We also need a mark that will be 500 thousandths from this top edge. That will be the bottom of the slot when we start cutting this slot in right here. That will be the bottom of the slot. So now I just have to find, there it is. Alright. I'm going to turn a little light on it. Probably going to wash out the camera. Looks good. And that looks good. This is going to be drilled 5/16. I think my bit might need a little shortening. I'm going to ream this out to 5/16 plus 1/1000. This is a plus a thousandths reamer. That's just to give us a little bit of tilt action for our barrel if we need it. Alright, I've got to do a little more setup on the vise, turn it back to 90 degrees, then get this set up to drill or to mill out our slot for the axle to go in. Alright, I'm going to hold the camera right quick, show you what I've got. I've turned the vise back to 90 degrees and I've set a 1, 2, 3 block on on the table. Got it clamped down so it don't go anywhere. And then our plane we had on the trail, squared up there, squared up here. So we're setting at 30 degrees. If you recall when we were laying this out on the bench, when I brought this mark across here, I also brought it around to this edge. And the purpose of that was to find our starting point there. I'm going to set the camera back over so I've got both hands on the mill. But what we're going to do is take a slot down to the mark that we made before, which is a 1/2 inch off of this edge, and that will be the slot that our axle will set in. Okay, we're dead on that mark now. So we have our x-axis locked down. Now we'll just start working our way down. And we can get depth on both directions with a vertical cut. I think I'm here just a little bit slack between the two pieces. So we'll put our pipe back on. Okay. Okay, I need to take one of my x-axis angles off as it's running into the device. Let's see if just taking it off will be enough. I think so. I believe that might be where we were. That has our slot cut. This is a 3/8 inch end mill. Our axle that'll go in this slot is 3/8, and there's no sense in that being a tight fit. It just needs to fit snug. So what I'm going to do is take about 5 thousandths off of each side, just to give a little relief there. Now we go 5 thousandths in the other direction. Just to see. Yeah, that's a good snug fit. No wobble. Now, from past experience in building these, I've learned that when these screws go in here, and this will be threaded down into here, but to give a little bit of relief for the socket head screws that'll go in there, we need to take just maybe 10 thousandths off, 15 thousandths off the top of the this little edge right here. We need to remove just enough to give some clearance for the socket head screws. Let's see what. There's 20,000. I believe. Let's do about maybe. There's 40,000. Yeah. Doesn't take much, but I know from building the previous one that little bit of clearance will allow that head to pass through there. Alright, now we need to set up to drill these holes. Since there's not enough height here, the base of the vise is in the way. So to be sure we got the correct angle, I'll take one of the angle blocks and that wants to be sitting fall between the ways on the jaw on the vise. So we'll put a parallel underneath it. Just keep the video running. I'm going to change out the put the drill set back in. This time I'm going to use a key strut, just because it's 9 inch shorter than key strut. Just a little bird right there. Okay, I always need to be 1/2 inch off of this bottom. And since there's no way to get the edge finder in there, we'll do this where the calipers can. I'll burn in there as well. Really just no way to get in there. We'll have to clean that line. Okay. I can use our edge finder to get pick up this edge. And be sure there's no burr back there. Okay, there we go. Coming 100 thousandths. And wait for our probe. That is the edge. These pieces are 3/8 inch. That 1/88. Pop that down. And 0 out the biases. These will be real tapped. 832. Satisfied with that. Remove this clamp. It's about to interfere with the drill chuck. About 550 thousandths. Now I zeroed out the y-axis. Since each piece of this is 3/8, we can move in 375, 37, and then we should be halfway. Our second piece, and we're on the same x-axis. We'll start the taps while it's in the chuck to be sure we get started straight. And finish off tapping the hole with our tap handle. Okay, a little deburring. While I had it flipped over when I was setting up, I went ahead and counterbored the holes in the other side as well. So we got some deburring now. The axle will go in here. We'll have a skid plate that will mount in here and the barrel in between.